Welcome back, guys, to another Tressa's Collectibles gameplay video. My name is Mike, and joining me today, as always, is Randall, aka Shizukatz.
How's it going, everybody?
And what do we have today, Randall?
Today we have a waifu deck matchup. I'm going to be playing Hestia from Danmachi, and we're going to be utilizing the level 1 combo from the trial deck, which allows us to send the status update 1-2 event from our hand straight to memory without having to face stock, into the level 3 Hestia combo that we've seen from the meta deck list that we previewed previously on the channel.
On my end, I'm going to be representing Mash from Fate Grand Order, using cards from both the first FGO set for Babylonia as well as the recent Camelot set. So we're going to be using the level 1 Mash combo, which is a top on attack discard 1 top check 4 add 2. And that's from the first set. And then in the second set, we got this neat little package with the Lord Camelot Climax. It has a level 1 combo on reverse salvage. It also has a level 2 combo, which is when I play the Climax, this level 2 assist can change into the level 3 mash, and the level 3 mash has -3 soul. So this is kind of like a big wall, try to negate damage deck.
Very fitting for Shielder, right?
For Shielder, So we'll see how this goes, you know. Given that these are waifu decks, you guys will see that there's going to be some card choices that you normally wouldn't see, but I feel like, for me, that's part of the appeal of kind of these limited formats, is you kind of have to use your brain and utilize some cards that normally wouldn't see play.
Yeah, even that being said, there are some Hestia cards that unfortunately I couldn't really make use of in this particular deck because they require bells. And
right.
It's like there's a level 2 Hestia combo and a level 1 Hestia, both of which rely on having some bell cards in your deck in order to reach their full potential. As far as the matchup though, so Mike's deck is very hyper defensive with minus soul on the level 3 Mashu. And so my goal in this game is going to be to try to play a bit aggressively in the early game so that hopefully Mike can't get extremely well set up going into the mid game and establish a lot of 3-2 Mashus.
I feel like if I can set up my board and just keep looping Climax combo for the minus soul over and over again, I have a pretty good chance. But if I get rushed, my Mash deck does not have finishers, so...
Yeah, another point of contention between these two decks is that my finisher is a cancel, or not a... Yeah, it is a cancel burn finisher. But the thing is that if he reduces my soul to the point where like my damage is just like 0s and 1s, that cancel burn really not going to be doing much, huh?
Right, so it's going to be a lot about the timing of when we can push damage, and we'll see how this goes. It's going to be a fun one. Rock, paper, scissors. Randall will be going first.
So I am playing 8 pants though, so hopefully that should give me a lot of opportunities to get a lot of climaxes and hopefully play an aggressive game. So for my discard, I'm just going to ditch 1, level 3 Hestia.
Okay, and on my end, I'm going to discard 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, let's begin. So I will draw for turn, and I'm going to start by clocking the status update event. And for our opener, so let's see. I actually have a couple potential choices because a lot of your level 0 game is fairly weak offensively outside of like the Mashu PR. So whether or not I want to open with this 2500 character or one of my other level 0s is something that I have to decide. I think what we will end up going for is the level 0 Hestia that can potentially summon a level 0 off the top if I can mill it. And then she has another effect that activates when she gets reversed that potentially lets me get an extra stock. Placement, I want to, I guess, put my stuff on the side because you do have the brainstorm that gives power to the middle. So with that, we will go for direct attack, and then I'll activate her ability. If I have 1 or less other characters, I may mill 1, and if it's a level 0, I get to summon it to my backstage. And it is not a level 0, it's a level 1. So this will just be a direct attack for 2.
We really would have wanted to see that one instead. Okay, 2 sticks, and draw for turn. We'll go ahead and clock our level 3 Mash early play to draw 2. Okay, let's see. We'll go ahead and play this level 0 Mash. on play, I can discard a Climax Savager character, and then during my opponent's turn, if I have another Chaldea or Babylonia, she gets 3k. I will not use the discard Climax effect, but I will need to play another character, so she gets the power boost during my opponent's turn. So I think we'll go ahead and just play this level 0 Mash. She's a global 500 to all of my Chaldea or Camelot. One thing to note about the Mash cards is the first set Mash cards all refer to Chaldea and Babylonia. The second set all refer to Camelot and Chaldea, but Mash is all Chaldea, so it doesn't really matter. She also has another effect where on play I can discard a Chaldea or Camelot character to draw a card, so I will go ahead and do that. So we'll go ahead and discard this level 0 Mash to draw 1.
Okay. What was your mulligan, by the way? Any
Mulligan 2.
climaxes?
No
climaxes. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I think that should be good, and we'll just go ahead and attack now. So we'll front. This is 1-5, and that's for 2.
1, 2. So I take the 2, and then my ability that activates on reverse, I mill 2, and if there's a level 2 or higher card among them, she goes to stock. And unfortunately not. Actually, I wanted both of those cards. Oh my god. Alright. Off to a great start. Draw for turn. I'm going to clock my level 3 Hestia. Should play my 2-5. You can't kill it. Alright. Let's see what we got here. So, at the very least, I was able to get my Brainstorm. I think what we will go with for our play is the level 0 that I was planning on playing before, and another copy of the level 0.
Okay. So attacking with only 2 characters, or having 2 characters means that you have another chance to get a plus off of the Hestia again, right?
Yeah, because it activates when I have 1 or less other characters. So with that, we will just go for double directs, I think. And let's go. Alright, flip the coin. Where's the heads? I'm gonna attack here first. Direct for 3.
Alright, so that's not a 0. So you flip the first coin, right? Let's see if you can flip the second coin, right?
Alright, and then a direct with this Hestia.
Must be a 0.
It is a 0.
Nice.
Nice. And this is gonna be for 2, 2.
Okay. 1, 2. Cancel. Okay. So I'll stand and draw. I do note that he clocked the event for his first clock of the game, and he also triggered one. But because he clocked an event, that makes me think that he already has another event in hand. So I'm just going to assume that he just has one. Let's see. We probably still want to clock here, just for more cards. That being said, all of the cards in my hand are pretty good. So we have to make a decision on what we want to clock here. I think I'm going to clock the 2-0 event, because I do run a Bonder to this event, so maybe I can grab it back later. But for now, this level 2 event is not very useful. Okay. Go ahead and play this PR Mash from the first set, SD Mash. If I have 5 more hands, she gets 2000 power, and then when one of my other characters is front attacked, I can sacrifice herself to give that character being attacked 1000 power for the turn. We'll move this here, and then that will comfortably get over both lanes. I have 6 cards in hand right now, and I think I don't really need to do anything else here. I could attack one more time. There is a consideration there, kind of just to not only generate more resources, but also to lessen the blow of the incoming swing next turn. But I think I don't really need that many stock in this deck. I'd rather try to just have a bunch of hands still. So I think I'll just hold on for now and just reverse his guys. In terms of attack order, I think I want to attack here first. Make him use the top check 3, add 1 on reverse.
Well, this one has optional mill, and this one has mandatory mill, so like...
Right. But like, I guess if I attack here first, then it makes you like make a decision earlier rather than later about like the information.
I have more opportunities to prank myself.
Alright, so we'll go ahead and front. This is 4k and trigger for 1.
Take the 1, and then on reverse, I will use the effect, looking up to top 3, and choosing a traded character from among them, add it to my hand. And I will add this, and then I'm just going to discard it.
Okay, add discard. Sounds good. Okay, front attack here. Book, so I will go ahead and draw 1 for the trigger.
I could have gotten free stock if you just attacked the other way.
You're still getting free stock, trust.
Alright.
Alright, so I do draw, and then that's for 1.
For 1, and then ability, mill 2. 1, 2. We're looking at this stock, man.
Alrighty, here we go.
Stand and draw. I'm going to clock another copy of my level 3 Hestia, and then for level up, we will... I'm going to go ahead and level a Hestia Knife.
Okay.
And draw 2. And then hopefully we can get our level 1 climax. We did not get it.
That is great news to me.
Alright. So on that note, I think I'm just going to go ahead and take the initiative to just hard play the status update event from my hand. It costs 2 stock to do so, whereas if I used the combo, it would just be free, but we gotta do what we gotta do to make sure that our card advantage is doing well throughout the game. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually play a Brainstorm and then use the effect. So I will use the Brainstorm. For each climax I hit, I get to search for a character, and we still don't hit somehow.
No, maybe you're seeing some cancels next turn.
Maybe, or maybe my status update is just going to reveal a whole bunch of climaxes.
Well, the good thing about that is it is optional though, right? But at the same time, if you are in need of cards and you feel like you're going to whiff a lot, then it's kind of an awkward position either way.
Alright, let's see. How do we want to play this? Well, for sure I'm going to play this.
Okay.
So I will send this to memory. And that's all it does for now. The second half of the card activates at the start of my main phase. Since I played an event, I will also use the effect of the level 0 Hestia.
That's how you draw the level climax.
Draw a card and discard a card. We will discard... Let's see, so this is 4-5-3... No, 4-5-4K?
4-5-4.
That's kind of obnoxious. Let's discard a Hestia early play. And then... So I did draw a climax, so I think I still want to take the opportunity to just kind of slam you a bit. So I'm going to play this level 0 Hestia. I'll go ahead and use the on-play effect to make it so that you cannot move this during your next turn.
Okay.
And then we will move this one up and then play our level 0 Hestia, which I can rest to give 1k, so I'll give 1k here. It's 3-5. I'll play my level 1 Hestia. On play, she gets 500 times the number of my characters, so she's up to 7 since I played her to a full board. And we're just gonna try to do some damage here.
Okay.
So this is gonna be 8k, this is gonna be 4-5. Alright, let's go with the direct attack first for 3. 3.
1, 2, 3. 3 is good, and I level. We'll go ahead and level the level 1 power pump. Don't think we'll need it too much in this matchup.
Okay.
Okay.
Next, we'll go in here for the front attack for 2. 2.
Okay. 1, 2. 2's good.
And then finally, the front attack here for 2.
And I will... Now I have the option to activate effect, but since she'll be bigger anyways, just no effect.
Okay. For 2, 3. And I am going to take this opportunity now to grab my level 1 climax.
Cool. 1, 2, 3. Three's good.
Alright, good damage going in, so really gotta keep the aggression up against this deck before he can get set up easily and then just wall up at level 2.
Well, good news is that I do still get to clock here, and I also do see that I have a level 2 Mash in my clock right now. The goal with this deck, I think, is just to get multiples of the level 2 Mash into my waiting room when I get to level 2 and then have the level 3 Mash in hand. So this turn we're going to try to accomplish those things. So let's go ahead and clock this level 0 PR SD Mesh. Draw 2. Okay. We're out 2 and then we triggered 1. So we're playing this always. We're also playing this and this. I guess we can just chill like that. We do want to spend a stock though, so I think we'll first start off this turn with a brainstorm. So Mash is a search brainstorm for every climax I hit. We'll see if I hit. I do hit 1, so I search. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we'll grab the level 3 Mash.
The level 2 changer changes into the 3/2 from hand, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So I want to find these in my hand, so that I can play them off a climax combo. Next, we'll go ahead and play the level 0 Mash. This is the bonder that I was alluding to previously, where on play I can discard a card. I'm going to discard this climax, and then I can salvage the level 2 event.
Okay, and then let's see. You can also sack her, discard 1 to salvage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'm going to push this.
That cannot be moved.
Oh, that can't be moved, right. I cannot move that.
Because Hestia's effect, I locked that to that slot until the end of my opponent's next turn.
True. I kind of forgot about that. Let's see. I do want to try to refresh well here. Ideally, leave myself with 1 card left in deck, so he can't just ping me for 1 and make me refresh poorly, especially since I want this level 2 in my waiting room by the time we get to level 2. It is a bit dangerous to leave myself with 2 cards, and I can make myself just have 1 card left, but it does require a bit of extra resource spending, which I am not sure I want to do. However, let's see, if I sack this, salvage a climax combo, and I play 2 climax combo, who's going to be my 3rd character?
Hestia is ending up being more obnoxious than
it is, yeah.
First appeared.
It definitely ended up making my play a lot more inefficient than I would have liked. What climaxes are we out? We're out.
3 books, 1 pants?
3 books, 2 pants. I'm off 5.
Oh, right, because you discarded 1 for the bond, right?
Mm-hmm. Do we want to take the chance, the risk of leaving ourselves with 1 deck and just climax comboing twice, or do we want to try to fetch another climax combo so we can guarantee that we leave ourselves with 1 card left in deck? That is really the question here. Do I want to -1 to... Well, I guess that's not really minus in the climax combo. Right? It's more of like I'm going to deconstruct my hand a bit, because I need to discard for climax combo. I think I will go ahead and do that play, since I think refreshing a level 1 is really important right now. So I'm going to activate her 2nd startup effect, discarding a card and sacrificing herself to salvage any character from my waiting room. And I'm going to grab another one of my level 1 Mash combo. We'll play that there, we'll play this one here, and then we'll just play another character. No effect on this one.
Okay. Cards in hand right now?
5.
Okay, so after playing climax, he'll go to 4, and then after 2 combos, he'll go up to 6.
Okay. So let's go ahead and play that climax. Everything is in the right positions. Yeah. Okay.
Looks fine to me.
Okay, we'll first start off with a front here, and this is for 2.
1, cancel.
Okay. Next, we'll front with our Mash. Climax combo on attack, discard a card. So I'm going to discard this level 0 Mash, and I can look at up to the top 4 cards of my deck and add up to 2 Chaldea or Babylonian characters. So I'll add 2, and then trigger. And salvage, I will salvage. So I'm going to salvage Lord Camelot Climax.
Okay, this is for 3.
This is for 3.
1, 2, 3, take 3.
Okay. And then I am going to front here. The reason why I fronted this last is because, unlike the previous situation where I wanted to kind of like make him maybe make a decision sooner rather than later, in this position I think I want to try to maybe give him less options. Maybe if I take a bunch of damage, he doesn't have that much deck left, maybe he doesn't want to mill. I don't really think it matters too much though, but that's just kind of like the thinking I went with. On attack, I'm considering here, I think I want to discard the climax I just salvaged. And try to just get a better refresh so I don't take a bunch of damage. So I think I will go ahead and do that. I'll pay cost using the climax I discarded, and top check up to 4. And this time I'm going to check 3, and I'm going to add these 2.
Wow, those look like the cards exact cards you wanted.
Okay, and then we'll trigger for 2.
1, 2. What? Bruh.
Alright, well, seems like there's probably a good amount of climaxes there.
Yeah, alright, let's see. I'm going to use the effect.
Okay.
Because on the upcoming turn, my goal is to get to the start of my main phase before, or to refresh before getting to the start of my main phase so that I can actually get some value out of this event.
Mm-hmm.
So I just need to go through cards now. Where are the climaxes? Hello? I am going to add the 1-0 to my hand. And this is going to be an awkward next turn. This is going to be an awkward deck rotation. I need to discard 1. Let's see. 1, 2. Alright, so considering that I know within these 2 cards of my deck there is still a level 1 climax, I can just discard the one that I have here. At least I'm pretty sure.
So this next turn you plan on just clocking and drawing and then clocking, right?
Correct.
Alright, sounds good.
Alright, so draw, and then clock. I'm going to clock let's see. Powers on your turn. So these are 2/5 and these are 6s.
No, this is 2/5.
Oh, 6/5.
This is 6/5 and this is 6.
All right. I'm going to clock this level 0 Hestia, and then draw.
Okay, so we're going back
5.
with 5.
Yeah. 2 of the level 1, 3 of the level 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually think that, from my perspective, I think attacking here last was more beneficial to me because in the event where I canceled there, what I would want to do with the rest of my deck is be able to mill myself to a position where I have exactly 3 cards left in deck so that I can draw for turn, clock, draw 2, and then hand out a fresh deck for this.
Yeah, if I attacked you earlier, then you would have been put in a position where you needed to decide whether you wanted to mill, and since the rest of your deck you had a bunch of climaxes left, you probably wouldn't have wanted to.
Yeah, so it would have been unknown to me on like how I could respond.
That is some good logic there for sure. Alright, there you go.
Alright, so I need to draw my second card still, and then take refresh points. Alright, unfortunate. And then we will, what is the least useful card here? I think we'll level the Bell and Hestia level 0.
Okay.
We don't need red, but like I just think that that's probably the least useful card here. Alright, at the start of my main phase, I'm going to use the effect of the status update, discarding a Familia, Guild, or Hostess character and returning this to hand from memory, and then I reveal up to 4 from the top of my deck and add all traded characters that are revealed there. So we add 3.
Now I'm seeing that he's adding 2 of those 2 ones, which is kind of rude.
This could be pretty useful coming up. Alright, so now let's see what we're doing next. I'm going to start with a brainstorm.
Okay.
So let's see. I did just show a couple climaxes, so we do want to kind of go through this deck rotation a little bit faster. For cards we're gonna play, I'm gonna start with the, let's see, that's 2/5. Alright, we'll play the level 0 Hestia. I will use her on-play ability, I suppose. We'll go ahead and just use it here, I guess.
Okay.
So this cannot move, and then I'm also going to use her other on-play ability, which I did not use last time, where on play I get to look at up to 3 cards from the top of my deck, choose up to one event from among them, add it to hand, and then if I added a card to my hand, I discard a card. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to add the Hestia knife, and I'm going to discard the extra climax from the end of my deck.
Look at all this mill that you're about to get.
Yep, we're going fast. I'm gonna follow up with the Hestia knife, which requires a Hestia or Bell to play. I look it up to 4 from the top of my deck, add a character from among them to my hand, send the rest to waiting room. I think we'll take this opportunity to grab our level 3, which is part of our finisher setup. And then upon using an event, I will use the effect of the Brainstorm to draw 1, discard 1.
Yeah. Now the Hestia Brainstorm is a once per turn effect, but this is actually technically the first time that Randall has used an effect, an event this turn. Because the 1-2 event technically does not count for the purpose of the Hestia in terms of checking the event activation.
Yeah, I didn't play the event, I just used the effect in memory.
It's when you have to, it's once per turn when you play the event. So we gotta keep that in mind.
Alright, as far as my discard, I'm going to discard the
Bonder.
The
Searcher.
Bonder, yeah. And then for the rest of the cards I'm going to play, I'm going to move this Hestia here. And I will play the Drop Assassin Hestia. And she's going to gain 2,000 power since I have 4 characters. And then we will play the 1k1 Climax.
Okay.
Alright, so we'll go ahead and start here with this front attack. I will use the Climax combo, where I get to send the 1-2 event straight to memory without paying stock.
Yeah, so the event coming back to hand and then being able to use it again to Climax combo is some definite good synergy there. Yeah, as long as you have the level 1 Hestia and you have the Cleric Climax, you can basically just get a lot of really nice advantage all the time.
Yeah. Alright, so we will front for 7-5 to your 6-5 for 2.
Okay, so I am refreshing with 6. I'm missing 2 of the Lord Camelot level 3 Climax. And it is very fortunate for me. Well, I guess I could have triggered them, but the last card is also this 2-1, so I am all set up for my level 2 now.
I don't like where this is going. So my goal this turn is just to slam you.
Yeah, we need to cancel as much as possible here, and Randall Randall obviously wants the exact opposite. So this is for 2. Cancel.
This is not a good start.
Refresh, and I will level this SD Mash. Okay.
Alright, next we'll front attack here for 3k into your 2-5 for 2.
Okay. 1, 2. 2's good.
And just because I need to get the damage in now, we're going to front here for 2.
Okay. 1, 2. Cancel.
Oh no.
Alrighty. We're in a prime position to start activating our Climax combos. So we're gonna go ahead and draw.
It is time for bad things to start happening.
Okay, so the thing about this Climax combo, it is very hand intensive. Given that it is a -0 combo, generally speaking, I don't expect to be taking too much damage on the Climax combo turns. But since I am using a bunch of hand, I am still actually going to clock here. It might look like I have a bunch of hand now, but at the end of this turn, I'm going to have very little hand. I'm clocking. Actually, no. I'll clock this SD Mash and draw 2. Okay. So first, let's go ahead and activate the Goodness of Humans event. This is the 2-0 event. I can only use this if I have a Mash on the board. I look at the top 2 cards of my deck, and then I can rearrange them in any order. And then choose one of my characters and put it into Wait Room. I'm actually going to just sacrifice it to level 1 because I'm going to be needing all of my front row. And then I'm going to summon 2 of this specific 2-1 Mash onto my board. Okay, next I'm going to Brainstorm because I did see that there's a Climax there. So we search 1.
I have a bad feeling that this search is going to be for a 3rd copy of the 3-2. Unless he already has a 3rd copy of the 3-2.
I already have a 3rd copy of the 3-2.
Oh, okay.
What I'm actually going to grab is I'm going to grab the... Well, actually, no. We probably want healers. We could also grab a 4th of the 2-1 to put it in the back row. That's honestly not a bad idea. So we'll go ahead and grab this. There you are. Okay, so we're going to play the 2-1. And the Mash, besides being a change into my level 3, she also has 2 other effects. It's a front 2k assist to all my level 3s, and then I can also rest her to draw 1 and discard 1. Taking a look at my deck state, I'm at 4 here, and obviously I have the Climax in hand, so do I want to try to go through more cards or not? I think I'm probably actually fine with not disturbing my deck state here, so I'm actually not going to use any of their rest effects. I think I will, however, play over this level 0. Or I can wait the following turn as well. That's probably also fine. And the reason why I might want to wait the next turn is because maybe if I trigger a Climax on the second attack, I can use a Brainstorm here and then use a pay 1 here to pay out those Climaxes. Right now I have some clean stock, so I don't really need to disturb that, and my power lines should be good enough to negate any of his opposition. Like I don't really think he can challenge multiple copies of my level 3 Mashes here at 11.5 defense. Unless he has 2 early plays and a Climax or something like that. No, just for insurance, I think we'll play it still. Like 12.5 should really put things out of range, or 13.5. Or 13k. 13.5 should really put things out of range. Okay, it's time for the Climax. On Climax placement, I can send her to the waiting room to summon the level 3 from my hand. These level 3 Mashes don't actually have an on-play effect, but they get 1,000 from my back row, and then on attack, I can choose one of my characters, and they get the following 2 effects, where until the end of the next turn, the character across this has -3 soul, and also when this card is front attacked, I can pay 1 and discard a Chaldea or a Camelot character, and then for that turn, she can't get reversed.
Okay, so how many cards does that leave you with in hand?
I have 3 cards in hand now.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and front here, and then I'm going to target herself, so she gets the minus soul and anti-reverse effect, and this is for 3.
Alright, 1, 2, cancel.
Okay, we'll go ahead and front here, target to herself. It's a 4 book, so I'm going to draw 1. I'm talking about that second card trigger there. This is for 3 as well.
1, 2, 3, take 3.
Okay, and then direct. This is for 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, take 4.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and level a status update here. We're not really gonna need too many of those going into the rest of the game. Alright, stand and draw. Alright, let's start with, so how many climaxes in waiting room?
I am out 5.
5.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna need to really make a statement coming up here. I'm gonna start with this, by clocking this Hestia, drawing 2. And refreshing with 7.
Okay. Much better refresh this time. Hopefully we can turn things around here.
Refresh point. Well, that's not the greatest
That is
start.
not the turnaround we're looking for.
Alright, I'm going to use the status update. Return this to my hand and look it up to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And unfortunately, we only see 2 here. So I'll add these 2.
Well, at least we do see a heal, right?
Yeah, the cards that I did get are actually pretty good, all things considered. Now let's see. What is our plan of attack here? I think probably I want to be able to do this. This is going to go to memory. Probably want to play these 2 alongside. This is going to cost me 4 stock. Thankfully, our end game is stock healers, so we don't actually need a lot of stock going into the end game. Actually, I think it might be better to play one of these so that we can actually heal that climax away. I'm gonna start with a brainstorm, I think.
Okay.
So let's see. So that we don't hit, but that does allow us to go a little bit further into the deck, which I'm pretty okay with. Let's play. Let's play a level 3 Hestia. On play, I can discard 1 and heal to stock. Let's see. So play this, discard this. How worth is that? How many of each climax are out?
Let's see. 1, 2. I have 3 Lord Camelots and 2 books.
Okay.
5 total. And triggered a book.
Okay. I think what we're gonna have to do here is just play another healer and then chill for a turn, perhaps.
We'll be trying to see if I can't just loop climax combo again.
In the meantime, I am going to play the 2-1.
Okay.
And I will use the effect to target this Mashu.
Okay, so what does that exactly do?
So I target one of your characters, you send it to memory, and then you can put it back anywhere you want on stage.
Yeah. Now this seems like a pretty kind of empty action. You might be wondering why that's useful. Well, this exact scenario is why it's useful, because this Mashu right now actually still has the 2 effects that she had from the climax combo. But if she's sent to memory, and then she comes back, this is no longer treated as the same card that received those effects. So now she doesn't have those -3 so and anti-reverse anymore, so she's just the base, she's just the 11k guy.
Alright, so we're gonna follow up with a 3-2 Hestia. So this is normally an early play, but we're already at level 3. And she heals the bottom card of clock. We only have 1 card in clock, so that will go to waiting room. And then I will play a level 1 combo. So what I'm gonna try to go for here is this will be an attack for 2, since he doesn't have the minus soul anymore. And then on this lane, I can try to hope for a trigger, I suppose.
Ah, so we're playing climax.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I see you have the Hestia.
Correct. Yeah. All right. Is it better to try to
Stick to 3.
I don't know, how many cards are in deck? 7?
I have 7 cards in deck.
2 climaxes. Is it better to go for a 2 to try to get a 2 to stick into 2 and 7, or a 3 and just hope for a trigger? I think we'll just go for the 3 instead.
Okay.
This actually also gets over this
Contest the
option.
mash.
Yeah. Alright, let's go. Play the climax. And we'll go with the front attack for 3. So I am 12k. She gets 500 for each of my other characters, plus climax.
Yeah. And I don't have that effect anymore, so there's nothing I can do to protect her.
So this will be for 4. And I will get another climax.
Okay.
There's no way he takes 4, right?
3.
There's no way. Oh, okay.
I do take it, so I level.
That's what I'm talking about.
So we'll level another SD Masher. I reversed here.
Alright. Now the only issue is that you're guaranteed to get another Pants Climax next turn, because if it's not in stock, it has to be in here, and you can clock draw 2 to get a Climax. But there's really nothing we can do about that. There's no way for us to deal damage and maybe force a cancel or anything like that. That being said, we will side attack here, because there's really no point to fronting. There's no way we do any damage. It's actually impossible. So we will go ahead for a side for -2. I think if I'm counting right, negative.
Yeah, you're citing for right now. You have 2 base soul, -3, and then minus another
4.
3.
Negative
So
4.
Right now, you're citing for -4.
Side for -4. Still
So I
negative
get
4.
to heal for 4. Yeah, Nothing happens.
And then we will side here, and then we will use the climax combo, putting status update back into memory once again, and hopefully we can get a better update next turn. This is going to be for 0-0.
Okay. I am going to activate 3-stock when she is sent to waiting room to encore her. Not only to save her to her body, but also I should pay out that climax there. And then I'm going to stand on my characters and draw for a turn. But this turn is going to be very simple. I'm going to rest her, and then I'm going to draw one, and discard one, and then I'm going to play the climax.
Wait a minute.
Play the climax.
Alright, there we go.
Alright. Okay, so we're going to front here, again, activating effect on herself, and this is going to be for 4.
1, 2, 3, cancel.
Okay, I'm going back with 7. Yeah, with this Mash deck, all you're looking to do
is this
every turn.
So yeah, even without having the climax already, we do have the level 0 climax swapper promo that allows you to swap between specifically the book climax and the Lord Camelot Pants climax when she's placed without having to pay stock. So normally you have a climax swapper that you pay 1 and you discard a climax, salvage a climax, but because this one specifically only affects those 2 climaxes, it allows you to do it for free. Very, very good card for this Mashu deck.
Yeah. Okay, so I am going to front here. That's for 4. Again, targeting myself.
1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh.
Alright. And we'll go ahead and front here, since this is 3 souls, so we'll see if we can just finish him this turn. This is for 3.
1 cancel.
Okay.
I need those. Alright, so we will stand and draw. Oh, I don't want to clock that, man. So let's see. What is our plan of attack here? One, two, 3, 4. How can we get to a refresh from there? Alright, I think I do have to clock this. Draw 2 cards. Okay, those are probably the best cards I could have gotten. I think I have to discard one of these to do a status update though. So we're gonna do that. Send this, return this to my hand, and then status update for the top 4. Okay, I add 3 of them to my hand.
It's overflowing with cards.
Let's see. So I have
6 cards.
6 in deck. There's 4 here. Alright, let's see. If I pay 1 stock for a brainstorm, how are we doing this? So I have no way to get back to the 2-1 for more blinks. So what I need to do is, I think I have to try to wait out 1 more turn. So first thing we're gonna do is play 2 healers. So I'm gonna play the Hestia level 3, use her effect, discarding status update to heal to stock. And then we will play this healer and heal the bottom card. And I just have to try to squeeze out 1 more turn. Let's see. So I need to... So I have 5 climaxes in waiting room right now. The card I'm going to play to attack with is the Bell and Hestia, so that if I trigger clean, then I don't need to use the effect, but if I trigger dirty, I can use the effect.
Do you think there's any consideration here for maybe not attacking 3 times?
That is definitely a possibility, yeah.
So like you attack 2 clean and you're like, hey, I still have climaxes left in there. I'm just not going to attack because maybe I can't do damage anyway, so no why disturb the deck.
As far as the climax in my hand, I just need to keep it for next turn. I can't afford to not have a climax next turn, if there is a next turn, because I will need to push. So...
And then as well, are we siding here or fronting here?
The attack order is also a very important question.
Yeah. There's a lot of intricacies about the things that you do this turn that can really alter the outcome.
Ideally, I would like to attack twice, I think. Because attacking twice gives me 2 stock that I could potentially use to get a brainstorm off, and then if I hit, then I can grab the 2-1.
Oh, the 2-1, okay.
Just in case we need it for next turn. Because you never know. It might happen that you get the climax again on this upcoming turn. Okay, I think it's entirely possible that I just attack once, hope it's not a climax, and then just stop.
If we're attacking once, then it has to be with Hestia.
With this one, yeah. I think that has to be the play here.
Over maybe attacking with one of these first, and then attacking with this?
Maybe, not sure. You have how much hands?
I have 4 hand.
4 hands?
4 hand, I refreshed with 7.
Yeah, fronting here doesn't really do anything because I just crash my lane. He gets.
I think the difference between front and side here is whether or not you want me to direct your front on my turn.
Right. And that depends entirely on whether or not you get a climax as well, though. So. Because if you don't get a climax, then I would rather you not have the direct, because then that's 3 damage, which would be a lethal swing when combined with my refresh point.
Well, on the other hand, this does currently tie, so...
Right, but the thing is that you have the effect active.
The resources don't really matter on my end.
And you have 4 hand. Like, you have the board, the dream board already. All you have to do is keep it, and at the low cost of pay 1, discard a character, like, that's not a...
And then, like, worst case, I would 3 stock again or something.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, I think I've decided on probably going for 2 attacks.
Okay.
So I'm going to start with a side attack. It doesn't really matter which one I side with, so we'll go with the side attack. And we're just going to pray that these aren't climaxes. Although last time I said that, I triggered 3 climaxes, followed by 2 more climaxes. Alright, side attack.
Yep.
For 0.
Okay, clean so far. That's a good start.
Alright, and then a front attack.
Okay.
For 0. Alright, let's see. I think in this case, I am going to grab the level 3 climax.
Okay.
And this is going to be for 0, and then I'm going to use the effect to hopefully not mill the last climax, and then...
Checking 1 and discarding the other climax here?
Hopefully, yeah. So check 1,
okay.
And I'm just going to take it and drop the other climax that I had.
Okay.
And then let me just make sure that we're good here. So there's 5 here, 1 there, 1 in my hand.
Okay, so 1 left in deck.
Alright, and then we just have to pray now.
Alrighty. So I stand all my characters, and you guys know what's up at this point. We're looking for another one of these Lord Camelots. We have a lot of hits for them.
Don't do it.
Since, like Randall mentioned earlier, we do run that level 0 mash that allows us to convert any book into any pants. So we'll draw for turn.
So really you have 4 draws here, right? Because
I have many draws because I can find cards that draw me more cards. True. Like more of the 2-1.
Or you can brainstorm into more 2-1s, yeah.
The 2-1, the level 0's on play discard a character draw 1 as well. Yeah, this entire deck is just built on trying to just find the climax as many times as possible. We'll go ahead and clock, draw 2, so we have 2 more tries. Alright, so we'll go ahead and rest, draw 1, discard 1.
Alright, I like this so far, I like it.
Okay, we'll go ahead and discard the SD Mash. Okay, we're going to play over the 2-1 for another 2-1.
Okay, so you're going to let me know when you draw it, right? You're not going to leave me in suspense,
right? Rest, draw, we still don't have it.
Okay, cool, nice.
Okay, we're going to brainstorm now.
Okay, nice.
Okay, we'll search 3.
Okay, that's
Alright, so that's a lot of fuel for me.
Oh,
That's definitely, the next best thing if I can't draw the climax is just more cards to allow me to hopefully draw a climax. Alright, these cards all let me draw cards.
Okay, so the 2-0, you do have 2 copies of the 2-1 in here, so that's basically 2 draws.
There you go.
Alright, I'm gonna tap. This is all you.
Okay. So we're going to use let me double check that I can play it on empty slots. Or not empty slots. Yeah, I can play it anywhere. So we're going to use the 2-0 event. I can check the top 2 cards of my deck. We'll rearrange it, and then I'm going to sacrifice a character to summon 2 characters. Or summon 2 of the 2-1. So I'll summon both of them in the back row. I'm going to activate her effect, draw, and discard. And then I'm going to...
Oh no, he discarded a card that draws cards!
And then since I did draw the book, I'm going to play the PR Mash. On play, I can discard any of the book or the pants to salvage any of the other book or pants. Since I did draw the book, it allows me to get my little Camelot. So we finally did get there. And since I know my next trigger is clean, I'm just going to leave it there. Alright. It's go. Actually, I probably should play this Smash to try to kill you this turn. Actually, no, you're taking a refresh point. Okay, never mind. So this is just triple lethal anyways. Alright, so we're gonna rearrange our board here. So this is against that level 3 Hestia.
Clearly, you should just put a 0 here, so this attacks for 3, because that's lethal. You don't need this overswing.
Alright, so we're going to front. No, we're gonna direct here because we know that that's probably gonna cancel, and then we want these swings to be the precise lethals here. So we're going to direct effect on herself. This is for 5.
This is the great debate. Now I cancel on.
Now you can. Now you just have more climaxes. Oh, okay. Okay. So now we have exactly 2 lethals with the 2 swings for 3, while he's at 3/4.
All right. So I'm refreshing 5. Get me out of here. I believe. See this. See this Hestia climax is called "I shall make you win." I'm ready. Hestia, help me, please. Okay.
Okay. We'll go ahead and front here. Effect on herself.
Yep.
Trigger for 4, and I will salvage. So that's for 4.
Easy peasy. Easy
3.
game. No, I'm dead.
Unfortunate. Alright.
Alright. Well, that's just kind of mashy for you.
Yeah, that's honestly probably just the norm for a Mashu deck. I do think that while this setup does look really scary on paper, as long as you deck build correctly and play with the knowledge in mind that your opponent's playing this, if you have answers to maybe a stock bomb or bottom deck bomb, make sure that they can't just loop the combo over and over again. Then you can definitely get there. But if you don't have answers to the Mash when they come down to level 2, you're in definitely a world of pain.
Yeah, one really nice thing actually about this particular combo is that despite it coming out at level 2 through use of the level 2, sometimes depending on what deck you're playing against, it might actually be better to just wait till 3 to play these, because then they cannot be addressed by those anti-early play measures that you mentioned, because they're level 3, you're at level 3, and your opponent just has reduced options for dealing with these. And you might be at level 3, but the amount of minus soul that you get from having the perfect setup basically means that it doesn't matter if you're at level 3 or level 2.
Yeah.
If your opponent's not dealing damage, they're not dealing damage, right?
Yeah. And this isn't restricted to just the Mash Waifu. We have Mash Waifu here, but you can definitely play this in a normal deck as well. If you want to play a more defensive oriented Camelot deck or Babylonia deck, this can definitely, or FGO deck, then you can definitely consider this.
Yeah.
Welcome back, guys, to the post-game review. Sorry about the cut. We had some technical difficulties right after the game, so we had to redo our review sequence here. But let's start with my deck first. Obviously, as you guys could see, the level 3 Mash definitely put in a lot of work starting at level 2, and Randall really had a hard time dealing with the fact that I had a -3 soul across the board. But there are a good amount of ways to play around the Mash. For example, since it is an early play, you can answer it with the likes of just stock bombs or clock bombs or anything that can deal with higher level characters on the board. There's also cards, since this isn't hexproof, like the level 3 Watame and the level 3 Ayame, both from Hololive, that allows my opponent to just indirectly remove these characters permanently. Even if I decide to 3-stock with the Ayame effect, she comes back and she doesn't have her effect again since she is treated as a new card. And in Randall's deck, he runs the level 2 Hestia, which sends one of my characters to memory and automatically brings it back, but that has the same logic since it is a new card and also loses the -3 soul effect.
Yeah, unfortunately though, it doesn't actually deal with the threat long term. It basically erases the minus soul ability, but that's about it. But, that is basically about as good as I can do in this particular deck. Another way that you can deal with the Mashu is because she has to survive when she attacks into the opposing character in order to make use of those defensive abilities. If you're able to build a big board that she has to attack into, potentially backed up by counters, that is a really great way to play around the Mashu. So in my particular deck, we had like the early play Hestia that could be 11k, but unfortunately no real like back row option to help with the defense. So a little bit just kind of unfortunate that we don't have access to a card like that, but that is another way. Regarding what you said earlier about the anti-change stuff to get rid of the Mashu, I actually think that one really good thing to keep in mind when you're playing the Mashu deck, when you're playing as the Mashu deck, is that you don't necessarily have to put these onto the board at level 2, despite having the ability to do so. Because if you put them onto the board at level 3, that eliminates anti-change as a potential way to get these off the board. And as long as you're getting those -3 soul effects in and not taking any damage, it doesn't really matter if you're at like mid to late level 3 or you're at like level 2.
Yeah.
You're not taking any damage either way. Right?
You only lose when you hit 4-0. Anytime before that, you're fine. So if going to level 3 allows you to play around those answers to the Mash, and you know your opponent doesn't have any other answers or ways to deal with it, hey, that probably is the correct play. Alright, and then on your end, how about the Hestia Waifu here?
Yeah, so the thing that Hestia Waifu in particular really lacks, it's definitely the selectivity. So basically our only selectivity in the entire deck is the Hestia Brainstorm, and a lot of other stuff is just random stuff up the top, like the status update, top check up to 4, add up to 4. The On-Reverse Rize, top check up to 3, add 1. The Hestia Knife, top check up to 4, add 1.
Yeah.
And then also the Hestia level 0 herself with the Draw Ditch, that's still just like random card off the top, right?
Yeah.
So we just kind of had problems getting the exact card.
The quantity of the cards is not a problem, especially with the 1-2 event. But getting exactly what you want, the quality is a bit of an issue here.
Yeah. As far as the level 3 game goes, because it's so light on stock, because it's a stock healer, ideally what I would have liked to do is establish multiple early plays at level 2, maybe backed up by like the anti-change counter, but getting all the pieces, like you have to get access to the Hestia so you can clock it, put it in your clock to enable the early play condition. You have to get the early plays themselves while also like maintaining the rest of your hand quality, which isn't necessarily going to be optimal either just because of how random all of your cards are.
But I do think that, if you guys did want to play with the Hestia combo, but also have access, or you want to use the other cards that are available to Danmachi, then we can definitely start to look at some solutions to address the problem of not having the selective advantage that we're looking for.
Yeah, so a couple cards that we identified, if you're like okay with playing this sort of skeleton, but not necessarily a full Hestia deck, so a couple of the cards that we identified. First, we have the level 0 Ryu. It is a Salvage Riki. But Salvage Riki being like on play, you pay 1 stock and you put the top card of your deck into clock, so basically taking 1 damage, and you get to choose any traded character from your waiting room and add it to your hand. So normally these Salvage Riki's effects, you'll usually see them only being able to grab level 1 or lower character a lot of the time, but this particular one, being able to grab any traded character, just gives you a lot of selectivity throughout the game. And then also the level 0 Seer double R.
Yeah, the level 0 Seer is at the beginning of your climax phase. You can choose one of your characters and give her 1,000 power, and then she also has the second effect where you can pay 1, rest herself, and choose one of your characters, and they get, when this card's battle's opponent is reversed, you can salvage one card, or one character. So this really helps out in getting the much needed selective advantage from our waiting room, which is something that we severely lack in the level 1 Hestia build. This also helps us just combat our opponent's board more often, and has really good synergy, in particular with the level 1 Hestia's body, which since the Hestia gets 500 per character on play, including herself, if you have a full board, she goes up to 7. You play the climax, that goes up to 8. If you really want to have more power, you can assign 1,000, putting her up to 9k, which is a really good number at level 1, really high number. Since like Randall said, the deck doesn't actually need that much stock, especially since you're usually sending the event to the memory with climax combo and then the level 3 Hestia as a stock healer. That extra stock you can use to pay 1 almost every turn if you need to just continuously get the things you need from waiting room, and that allows you to just have a lot more flexibility and a lot more options for your future turns.
Yeah, just imagine like you play these and then you combo and then you send this to memory and then you use this effect on this to get another copy, and then the next turn this comes back to your hand and you just slam another copy and you just do it all over again.
Yeah. So all you're really looking for then is just more copies of the climax, and hey, this deck is 8 hands, so chances are you're probably drawing a climax every turn. But I don't know. I personally think that I wasn't quite sure about what to think about this level 1 trial deck combo Hestia, but after seeing it in action, it definitely has exceeded my expectations. I think it is a really cool combo. Obviously, the selective advantage is a bit lacking, but boy, do you get a lot of cards.
It's honestly just like super fun too.
Yeah.
Especially like you play against somebody that's like never seen this deck before, and you're like, I send this event to memory. Oh, what does it do in memory? I get to get 4 cards. And that's like, wait, what?
Yeah. On attack, I send this card to memory. What does it do? Nothing. Yeah.
Your opponent's like hand size,
and then
2.
And then next turn hand size, and then you're like, all right, 9.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So this deck's definitely a lot of fun. It has its problems, just like any deck, but if you're okay with making the deck a little bit more diverse on your characters, it's definitely a package that, despite not being like the meta deck, it's not like super popular. It's definitely tons and tons of fun, and I think cards like the Hestia level 1 and then also the Seer level 0, I think some of these cards are really, really underrated.
I think these ones really go to kind of highlight something that I want to point out, which is, a lot of times when we look at or think about sets, let's say Danmachi, right? When we think about Danmachi, most people usually would think about the level 1 build into the level 3 Hestia deck, which is obviously very strong. It's really good at breaking standby, and for the most part, it is the most competitively viable build. However, there are a lot of cards in Danmachi that are also really good that just don't quite fit that particular build. But if you wanted to make your own brew, maybe you want to play Choice, or maybe you want to play the Trial deck Hestia, then that's where these kind of cards can really start to shine. So definitely don't be afraid to test other decks, test other combos, build something for yourself, and let us know. Maybe if you have a really cool list that you want to share with us, let us know in the comments, and then maybe we can give you some feedback, or maybe there's something we didn't think of that you guys can show us, and then we can be like, man, we never thought of this synergy before. I think one of the most fun parts is deck building for Weiss and exploring things for yourself. That's something that I personally really like. Not a lot of fun if you just just reference other deck lists all day. Coming up with something yourself can maybe there's something that is yet to be discovered. But this does do it for our Danmachi content block for the time being. We will be featuring Danmachi here and there in the future, but this Friday is the release of Tokyo Revengers, a set that I personally have been very excited for. It was originally supposed to come out in May, but it got delayed by 2.5 months, but we're finally here. It's a set that has a lot of really cool and unique cards, and I personally love the show too, so I'm really excited for it. We'll be bringing you guys the product opening like always on Friday, and then following that we'll be doing some deck profiles and obviously some gameplay matches. So look forward to that. But until then, this has been Mike and Randall on the Tressa's Collectibles channel, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye!